Real Music exclusive.
I grew up like a savage.
Scotty Gelato and
1 2 1 2. You now rocking with the No Vultures podcast. You got me, myself, Lord Rab. OG Clee is out. He's sick. And today we got two very, 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 very special guests. One of these guys is
Blue Eyes.
Is a regular. One of these guys is damn near took over the show. Tucky got the most appearances on No Vultures in the history of the show.
Big shout out to Tucky.
By
so
accident,
so y'all
that's
know
crazy.
who Tucky is.
Big Tucky.
This next guy is a superstar basketball player. Listen, I gotta say superstar because he brought something back to my town with the We Believe team that wasn't here for a long time. Back when you used to put a ticket on somebody's window and you come back and it'd be $2. You know what I'm saying? Back when we used to just go to the game for $7 and hope they hit 100 points so we can get some free Taco Bell. You know what I'm saying? We got the legend Al Harrington and the new legend in the new field with the cannabis space, Viola Company. Al Harrington, man.
Yes,
What's up, guys?
yes.
What's up, man?
Man, how you doing, man?
I'm good, bro. I'm good. Thank y'all for having me, man. Came up to the Bay to holler at some real niggas, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
All love.
Yes, sir. I gotta ask you this, right? Since you have been in the Bay, you know what I'm saying, you frequented the Bay, you played here. What is the similarities between the Bay Area and Jersey? And I'm talking about in particular where you grew up. You grew up around the Orange area, right? Or the Rosaire
Orange.
area?
Yeah.
Like what's the similarities?
I don't know, man. I feel like just being around black people just in general, bro, we kind of like, we are the same, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
A lot of times when you're not from Jersey, or a lot of people that's not, say Jersey country, you know what I'm saying? And then I feel like Oakland might be a little country.
It is.
Maybe that's
It
one.
is.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when I hear that, like that's the biggest to me. Like the comparison is like, a lot of people from the outside view us as like being country, which I don't really fully understand what they mean.
Yeah.
But I guess we are. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot in common for sure.
When I know my first New York experience is when I crossed the bridge and I got to Jersey, I did feel like I was at home though.
Yeah.
I tell you that, outside of not being able to pump my own fucking gas.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, what's going on, man? Like
That's
you
a
know,
luxury,
Yeah,
dog.
I'm like this shit gotta cost more if they pumping your gas.
Facts.
So, Al, I talk something that's very interesting with you is that like becoming a ball player that you became, that you weren't a baller your whole life. You would think that you was in all kind of AAU shit growing up, but you weren't.
Right.
You didn't start playing till high school.
Right.
So how was that? Because you was like a football player at first.
Yeah. When I grew up, man, I was overweight. You know what I'm saying? I was always bigger than everybody in the class, but I was like fat boy big. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then I had a growth spurt. I went from 5'10" to 6'4" in one summer. 6'4", yes, 5'10" to 6'4" in one summer. And I moved. So when I moved to Roselle, New Jersey, when I got there, everybody thought like, oh, we got a new superstar basketball player. We had no idea. I never hooped. You know what I'm saying? I never played organized. All I played was like pick up in the park, and that's if niggas pick me. But mostly football was my thing because, just big, athletic, and running into people. But when I got there, like I said, played football my freshman year. Freshman basketball coach was the varsity's defensive coach, and I was going to play varsity the next year as a sophomore. So he was like, I want you to play basketball just to get, more coordination and all that kind of shit. So he forced me to hoop. So got on the basketball team, was the worst player on the team, I would say. That summer, during that year, this dude came to scout 2 kids on my team. So he's like talking to me about like trying to help him recruit them, and if I got them on the team, I could be on the team. You know what I'm saying?
The package deal.
Yeah, one of them. So long story short, I couldn't close the deal, but he was like, you know what? Keep coming around. So that was my AAU coach, Sandy Payona, and pretty much he taught me everything about the game. You know what I'm saying? Taught me how to dribble and run and chew gum. Like he taught me like step by step how to do it. You know what I'm saying? And then I transferred to St. Patrick's, then played for the legendary Kevin Boyle, you know what I'm saying, as my high school coach. So I would say like the reason why, and to your point of like not playing until my freshman year, to being the #1 player in the country and getting drafted out of high school in a 3-year span, it had a lot to do with just like the coaching that I had. Because I had like a legendary AAU coach, Sandy Payona, guy that teaches everybody the game, fundamentals. to Kevin Boyle, who is same thing, fundamentally sound, but I feel like he breeds killers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
right.
the way he coached, the way he demanded out of us and all that, he breed like he's gonna make you or break you. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like having that is what allowed me to put it all together that fast, being able to get to the pros and play 16 years. You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy because I remember reading about you back when you was in high school, and it was an article a long time ago. They said that you had got a nickname Big Daddy when you couldn't even play. They was calling you that. Pause your name though.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pause your name.
Pause all over the world.
You know what I'm saying? Niggas used to say Big Daddy, hey yo.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, but having that time, and also I remember reading this in a quote where you said, and this is where I look at like the cities, the inner cities as parallels, when you said, I grew up in a war on drugs and didn't know. That was a quote from you. Mm-hmm. And explain that a little bit, because when you in it, you don't really recognize how the magnitude of it when you get outside of it and see what it really is, and we really all survivors from that time. So how was that? Where you from?
Just to your point, it's just like it's a big ass setup, but you don't know, like, you know what I'm saying, like you're in it, you don't understand like what they really doing, the marginalization and all that, how they just really fucking with our minds and just everything, you know. And until you can get to the level of maturity and understand what's going on in the world, look back at it, you know what I'm saying? Because even, I ain't gonna lie, like even when I first started in the cannabis space, I still didn't fully understand the magnitude of the war on drugs, I'm gonna be honest. And I was already 30-something years old, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was literally me hollering at some Black Panthers that really sat down and like gave me like the history of it. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, yo, this is even way bigger than I thought it was.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? It's really just the power of the education. And I think that, like, I almost feel like it's almost our responsibility as parents to kind of teach our kids more about our history, because the school systems is definitely going away from it. Man. You know what I'm saying? They trying to erase our past.
All of it. Facts.
So that I think so they could do it again. That's what I think is the crazy shit.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? So I just think that, like, the fact that, like, once again, I'm 30-some years old before I realized the magnitude of what the war on drugs really meant to our community and shit, and why our community is where it is today is because of a lot of that. You know what I'm saying? So,
going to St. Patrick's, was the rivalry St. Joseph?
No, it was St. Anthony's.
It was St. Anthony's.
Yeah.
So, like, but that's all in the same area?
So it's like St. Patrick's in Elizabeth, and St. Anthony's is in Jersey City.
Okay.
So it's right there. They touch. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But it was really just more around, like, you know, Bobby Hurley being a great coach. You know what I'm saying? Kevin Boyle trying to get to where Bobby Hurley is. So it's funny, like, when I really think about it, I don't even know if he would. I think if he heard us say it was a rivalry, he'd probably look at me and be like, "We wasn't no rivalry yet. Y'all ain't won shit." You know what I'm saying? So I might be feeling myself. You know what I'm saying? But it was them. It was Patterson Catholic, because that's where Tim Thomas went.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So after Tim left and Shaheen left from my school, we both had good players, and, you know, kind of, you know, so I would say they was a rivalry. Make sure we played them somewhere throughout the year. But it was definitely, in my mind, it was St. Anthony's who we was trying to catch.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Growing up in that time, from what we knew from here, we similar in age, from what we knew here about Jersey is gangs, stolen cars, and shit like that. Like, was that what you saw outside? Like, was the New Jersey Drive shit real?
That shit was very real, bro.
Yeah.
Like, but for real, like 9-year-old kids driving cars, bro. But like mashing.
Damn.
9, 10. It's funny because I got kids that age, and I'm like,
They ain't driving. No,
they wouldn't drive. Yeah, they wouldn't even like. I couldn't even.
Don't want to drive if you let them. No.
Yo, these little dudes was like, yeah, bro, and a lot of motherfuckers dying too from the police chasing them and them crashing and not having seatbelts on. And
oh shit!
So it was like, that shit was ugly, but yeah, that movie was very, very accurate.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And you was the pressures of. Was it any pressure? Let me ask you that, of being a ball player, because you know how that is in the hood. If you grow past 6 feet and you in the hood, everybody think you going to the league anyway, right? So it's like, is like your old friends from the streets following you around and paying attention to your career, but also telling you to stay away? Because usually that's what it is. Nobody trying to bring you in.
They definitely gonna protect you and keep you out of harm's way. But You know, I had a couple teammates on my team that brothers was like from Newark and East Orange and all that.
Okay.
So they was the ones that really like just made sure we was straight. You know what I'm saying? Made sure we stayed out the way.
Yeah.
We needed something, make sure we got it. You know, they be at the game, you know, betting and on the side and all that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we definitely had people that protected us for sure.
2 years outside of Jermaine O'Neal and Kobe Bryant, you decided to make the same decision, right? To make the jump to the league, right?
Yeah.
And Jermaine O'Neal was having a tough time up in Portland for a while. Kobe was coming off the bench for Eddie Jones at the time. I don't know how long. Was that about 3 years? Did he start after maybe 2? Yeah.
2,
So making that decision, did you feel like it was any pressure? Because it was in '98, it was 4 people. Corleone,
Rashard Lewis.
And
And there was some other dude that nobody never heard of.
Yeah.
Like David something.
Yeah.
He said he had no business doing it. Nobody, like literally, no, I'm just saying, like he wasn't even like ranked in where he from. Like for real.
Yeah.
It was just one of them things. He just did it to get the clout.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But
But there wasn't no pressure. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think for me, I was a little naive about it all. I was just like, remember, I didn't have hoop dreams like that. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to play in the NFL, wanted hoop dreams. So when I was going through the process, I was like, shit, if I can become the #1 player in the country, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody else going, why can't I?
Why can't I?
You know what I'm saying? So that was more like the challenge myself was like to do that. And once I did that, shit, it was easy.
When you one of your quotes is, it wasn't financially driven. How true is that? Now that you saying it, or was it an agent telling you to say that?
Nah, man, like.
Cause nigga, you going to get some millions. It's like
Nah, but you know what? I ain't gonna lie, man. Like my mother, so I give my mother credit. You know what I'm saying? Like my mom's had a, you know, she kept a good job.
Okay.
And then, you know, like when we got to like whatever, she would end up working for the Port Authority, which is like good job. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I'm not gonna sit here and say like, you know, I had rats and roaches and it was like we had to get out of, you know what I'm saying? Like she really wanted me to go to college. Like dead ass. She was like, you too immature, you gotta go to school. Like, what are you talking about? You know?
Yeah.
So I'll say it's like it came from that perspective. You know what I'm saying? Like really she wanted to do what was best for me. You know what I'm saying? What she thought was best for me. But, you know, I knew what was best was to go pro.
Pro, yeah.
Because, you know what I'm saying, I just felt like I was ready. You know what I'm saying?
Speaking of that immaturity, Mark Jackson said that you was really a kid as big as you were, that you even went with him to his kid party at Chuck E. Cheese. You know what I'm saying? So moms knew what she knew what she was looking at. She knew her son.
I know, bro. I got lucky, man. I went to a team full of vets, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's for real. Like they were so boring, you know what I'm saying? That made me boring, but you know what I'm saying? It was just like it was all about winning and hoop with them, you know what I'm saying? So we was able to, you know what I'm saying, they was install that in me and what it took to do it, you know?
Right. And going into the league, now that you reflect back and you think about where it is now with NIL deals and all of that, somebody offering you an Explorer, $450,000, shit like that, like in this time you'll look at it like it's a crime, like it's just the most terrible thing back then. And when you look at it now, you know what I'm saying? How you feel about that though?
Bro, it's just, I mean, it's just things evolve, right? It's almost like Iverson, the practice shit. Practice. Bro, I should be dressing my body to make sure that I could play the whole game and play at the highest level. Now look at, they don't practice. Everything's about, you know what I'm saying, game management, rest and making sure that they can be in peak condition.
Right.
So he was ahead of his time, you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So that's, you know what I'm saying, big shout out to AI and Bubba Chuck. Make
Shout
sure
out
y'all
to
go pick
AI.
it up,
Shout out
man. It's
AI.
at Blunts
We
and More,
smoking on that
man.
Bubba Chuck right
Come
now.
get it,
My
you
wife
know what
stole
I'm
mine.
saying? Wifey over there getting high off the Bubba Chuck.
So going 25, right, in the draft and going during the lockout, that's different.
Yeah.
So did that mean that it didn't come with a check?
So yeah, so what I was able to do is I was able to get an advance from the Pacers before the lockout happened. So they gave me like $150,000. So that was the biggest check I had ever seen, and I had to pay like my agent back some fees and shit that he had took care of or whatever. But that lockout experience was kind of weird, bro, because it was like, damn, I was fighting to get to the league. I get to the league and there's no league.
There's no league.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then, of course, when you're going through it, everybody is like, oh, the league might be going forever. So I'm like, what am I supposed to do? When it's my turn,
CBA back.
right? When it's my turn,
Yeah.
now it's over. You know what I'm saying? Like, soon as I can't even get in.
Yeah.
But I lived with Stephon Marbury.
Okay.
So down in Atlanta. So soon as school year started back, I went down to Atlanta, stayed with him for like 6 weeks, and then the Pacers was like, then they were saying that the lockout's about to end. So Reggie Miller told all the team, like, everybody got to come back to Indy, and we're gonna start our own training camp. And bro, we was really like, bro, we did training camp for like 2 months straight, and the lockout still there. So then finally, them fuckers like, man, we out. As soon as everybody say they leaving, the shit in like 3 days later. You know what I'm saying? But we was ready. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? We got jerked with, Larry Johnson with the 4-point.
Yeah.
4-point
Oh man, LJ, man.
I remember that.
So and the Pacers was in a weird space. I think your career just aligned kind of with Reggie the same way, right? Like how Mike was a NBA champion killer of people we think should have rings. So was Kobe, and you ran into Kobe in the finals the same way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so it's like after he rolled his ankle, he still came out and did some crazy shit, right? And so like, do you ever think back like that was my fucking ring?
Nah, that was their ring, bro. They had Shaq.
They had Shaq.
I mean, Kobe was Kobe, but they had Shaq then.
They had Shaq.
And that was that Shaq. You know what I'm saying? Kobe definitely did some crazy shit because rolled his ankle. We thinking he not gonna play the next game, and we can control Shaq because we got Dale, we got a couple bodies we could throw at him. But Cole played and had 30 or whatever he had on one leg. That shit was incredible, bro.
Is the league soft now?
It ain't soft, man. It's just
because if you think about Kobe rolling his ankle, like Jalen was nasty on the D. Like it was intentional, right? So like, not I'm trying to make you go out forever and none of that shit, but I'm trying to
win a championship.
Yeah, I want to win.
Yeah, I'm trying to win.
It came right.
But
I don't think they play. I don't think the game is played like that right now.
Right.
No, I don't think they play like I want to win at any cost. You know what I'm saying? I think now it's like if I win, I win. If I don't win, I ain't win. Like okay, you know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't say that make it soft, but it's just I don't know. It's just different. Like I said, like even when you think about game load management, they call it like we used to talk about in the summertime, like we used to brag about how many games we played. Like nigga, I played all 82 games this year, nigga. Nigga be like, I played, like you played 60 games, you ain't even talking, bro. You like, I can't be part of that conversation. You niggas did some gladiator shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's just a part of the game to me that's changed the most. And,
Was the knee injury and the, what was that, about 38, 39 games you missed? Was that the most you ever missed?
Yeah, that was the most I ever missed when I fucking running through a screen from Paul Pierce, who was a nice man that used to go at it. But, tore my shit. And I got back and played all 82 games.
Yeah, 82 the next season.
Played all 82 games. I'm telling you, bro. Like,
that's crazy.
Just different mindset. But, you know what I'm saying, the generation of hoop now, they nice, though. Motherfuckers can play basketball.
You think
Stay on blue.
I'm just trying to stay racked up like you.
Put an 8 in a 1 and do magic. Tryna stretch hair on like elastic. Eco-friendly drug dealer, I don't waste no plastic. Use all 4 corners of that baggie. All I ever wanted was a bankroll. So I pull up on Champ before the bank close. Say no to stank hoes and stank clothes. No paramedic pimpin', nigga, we don't save hoes. Yeah, rest in peace to Lil'